Hello. Today I'm going to give you my honest review of AICE. Now, it's spelled AICE. Their promise is that you get to have a upgraded Zoom account for less per month than a basic Zoom account. In my experience, this was not the case at all, and my company has suffered as a result of what happened through my working with them. So here's what happened. I signed up for some membership, and in the membership, they said, "Oh, well, why don't you get a discount on your Zoom account through this company, ACE?" And um, my my perception of it was that I would be getting a business account, like I would be getting an upgrade from the basic Zoom account to like the business level account that has more of everything, more storage, more you can have more people, you can have more hours, you can have everything. It's like all the bells and whistles, right? That's what I thought I was getting. And I had a Zoom account for years. It was $15.99 a month, and ACE was $12.99 a month, and I thought I was getting the business account for $12.99 a month, so it seemed like a good deal, right? So this was entirely not the case at all. Here's what happened. I signed up and I was using my current email address. And what I was trying to do was I was trying to connect my Zoom live streams to my Facebook account. And this might not be the case now, but at the time, you needed to have your email account on the Zoom account the same as your email address that is connected to your Facebook account. So in order to live stream on Facebook from Zoom, that's why I needed to have it connected to my old email address. Now, uh, I don't use my old email address for much of anything because it got inundated with spam, and I signed up for Facebook with it 10 plus years ago. So other than that connection to Facebook, there was really no reason for me to be going in and using that email. So, but when I was talking to them, telling them about this, transferring all of my stuff over from my Zoom account to the ACE account, I was communicating with them through my current email address that I use today. And they got everything moved over, and I had a lot of um, cloud recordings from like years of meetings and webinars and summits and all of my virtual events on there. And I've done probably over 100 virtual events at this point. And so they did that whole data transfer thing. Now, there should have been a red flag that came up during that transfer of assets where they said, in theory, they should have said, "Oh, by the way, you're already using a lot of data. We're going to need you to upgrade to an additional cloud storage to keep all of your videos." They never said that to me. Here's what they did instead. For maybe a month and a half, maybe 2 months, they were emailing my old email address saying, "If you don't pay for additional storage, we're going to get rid of all of your video recordings completely." And just to give you a little bit of context here, if the same scenario happens with Zoom, let's say you miss your monthly payment, or let's say you max out on your cloud storage and they want you to upgrade. Oh, and by the way, incidentally, it only costs like $10 a month to upgrade to the additional cloud storage. So what Zoom does if you don't pay them is you either lose access to your cloud storage or they deactivate it until you make that payment. At which point in time, they just go in and flip a little switch, and all of a sudden you can access all of these videos again, right? That's not the case with ACE. After, like I said, a month and a half of them trying to contact me through the old email address, even though their customer service department had a history on file of them communicating with me through my current email address, they were emailing that old email address. And so I was missing those emails. and they were saying you need to upgrade for additional storage. Because I didn't respond and comply, guess what they did? They deleted all of my recorded videos. Everything gone. Everything wiped out. And like I said, if this were in the standard Zoom account, they would have just deactivated it until I said, oh, that additional cloud storage is only $10 a month. Heck yeah, that's a no-brainer. Here's your $10. Then they would have like opened it up, and then all of my recordings from the past would have still been there. So I don't understand the logic behind AICE burning their bridges with me because of a $10 thing like that I didn't even know about, that I didn't even know that they needed me to upgrade. Like if they wanted to keep me as a customer, especially since I was just signed up like a month or two ago, right? If they wanted to keep me as a customer and keep my business, you would think that instead of deleting everything, they would simply deny me access to it until I paid them. So I don't understand the logic in what they were trying to do. Like it just does not make sense to me. Like just pissing me off because I didn't read my old email address emails from them. It defies logic. And this is why I was prompted to make this video for you, because I don't want anybody else to have to suffer through this kind of mistreatment, because you had this misconception that it's totally worth paying $3 less per month. And, in hindsight, it's just like, wow, what was I thinking? I can't believe I put myself through this situation. And there were recordings in there that I will, because they're irrecoverable, that, were precious to my business, like summit recordings, webinar recordings, meeting recordings, and with key clients that I needed to go back to collect information from. So the way that they so callously handled my account or mishandled my account, this is why I'm absolutely livid about it. I didn't do this video right away because at the time that this happened, there were a lot of resets all over the place. Like I was going through some shift or something. like my computer crashed and everything off all the data off of my computer just was wiped out. My phone broke and I had to get a new phone, so I lost a lot of data there. And then at the same time, all of my recordings from my Zoom account were also just wiped out. So it was kind of like, wow, the universe is telling me something. Like this is some universal reset or something. But all that aside, I still wanted to warn others not to make the grave mistake of switching from your Zoom account to an AICE account, because the savings that you're going to get from that is nowhere near worth the price you have to pay for their I don't even know what to call them, but they deserve to not exist anymore. That company needs to go out of business because they're not helping people. They're completely mistreating their customers. It defies logic, and I hope and pray that you will never succumb to their horrible, horrible mistreatment. So please, please heed my warning, and please do not work with AICE under any circumstances. Even if you think you're going to be saving, I don't even know. Yeah, I thought that the business account that I was upgrading to was going to just allow for all of this extra cloud storage, so I didn't even worry about it. And come to find out, it was only the basic package. So I was transferring from the Zoom basic package to the ACE basic package and only saving $3 a month. And it's just not worth it at all. Not worth it, not worth it, not worth it. If I could go back in time, I would have never done it, obviously, because the loss of all that data was detrimental to my company. So the next best thing is to help others learn from my mistake so they don't also make the same mistake. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for heeding my warning. Please do not work with that company. They are savage and brutal. And I don't understand why a company would do that. It's just beyond my comprehension. Don't let yourself become a victim like I did. Okay. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day.